administration's been spying on us. Take a look.
For how long has the administration been spying on people's Facebook profiles looking for vaccine misinformation?
Well, that was quite a loaded and inaccurate question, which I would refute. Our biggest concern here, and I frankly think it should be your biggest concern, is the number of people who are dying around the country because they're getting misinformation that is leading them to not take a vaccine.
But big concern, though, I think, for a lot of people on Facebook is that now this is Big Brother watching you.
They're more concerned about that than people dying across the country because of a pandemic where misinformation is traveling on social media platforms. That feels unlikely to me. If you have the data to back that up, I'm happy to discuss it.
What's more dangerous, losing our First Amendment rights, or Big Brother, as Ducey said or asked her?
Listen, Rachel, I've been watching the show the entire time, and you're right. One, it's a straw man argument she sets up. That's not the question Peter asked her, and she diverts to you must want people to die. That's not what Peter said. He asked a very simple question. Are you monitoring people on Facebook or are you not? Because the day before, Jen Psaki said, and the White House crew up at the lectern said, we are monitoring 12 accounts on Facebook that promote what they categorize as misinformation. Guys, she said it, not Peter. So Peter asked a very simple question. Is the government monitoring a Facebook account like you said, or are you not? And she does what every tyrannical propagandist in human history has ever done. She doesn't answer the question. She switches it to a different question. You must want people to die. And you said earlier, Rachel, listen, even if that was the question, which it wasn't, you know what? Yeah, I am concerned about people's rights to freedom and free speech over government. And I don't want people to die, but that's a serious question. Let me make this argument to you right now, though. The biggest threat, it may be a controversial one, but it's real. The biggest threat to freedom of speech in the country right now is not the government. That's actually number two. They're a big threat, but it's not the biggest. The biggest threat are the big tech companies, because the public space is now almost entirely encompassed by Facebook and Twitter. That's where the political arguments are happening. It doesn't matter, Rachel, abortion arguments, gun control arguments, tax arguments. If you can't speak, you will never make the argument, and the elections are over. Forget it. We lost before it even began.